Alright, time to have a look at some scooters, from the big to the small. Let's have a look here. 1954 DKW, 1964 Suzuki, half motorbike, half scooter. Step through 78 Venus, pedal-powered electric motorbike. Well, how's that in 1978? It's the Venus. Solex. I think Solex, yes, auto cycle from 1979 with the motor there on front of it. The motor became Moby scooter. Piaggio 1996, still in fairly good condition. Vespa lookalike. And going into the older bikes, a 1923 Waratah. Now Waratah were built in Sydney, and it's interesting because it says that they were built by Canada Cycle and Motor Agency on George Street, Sydney. Not what I understood, but nevertheless, if you know more than I do, please put it in the comments. Royal Enfield there with a sidecar, Honda S90, obviously waiting restoration, and a Scott, water cooled. Get up close to this one. Came out the UK, 1928, and Nera car, 1921. And up here we have a Velocette LE. Look at this, 1955 LE Mark II 200cc. Still has the hand start, hand gear change. Same colours as mine actually. So that's interesting. Mine's still got the original South Australian, it hasn't got any registration on it, this one. But nice little LE there. Shields to keep the weather off you. A little LE there. We've mentioned the Royal Enfield, 1925 Nimbus, 4-cylinder inline. Kawasaki KLX 250B, moving on to more modern bikes. Greaves, just gone into receivership unfortunately. 175 trials model, but they're gone into receivership. Likewise 1965 Scrambler Greaves, so Rickman brothers, Don and his brother, Derek, it's the other one I think from memory. Operated for around about 15 years, in the 60s into the 70s. Built up lots of different bikes, Rickman Honda, lots of different things, but this is a Rickman Triumph Matisse. All-Ron 250, built in Western Australia, Australian made one by Al Hayes, AAL, and Ron Line, RO, derived from British Sprint Scrambler. They bought their frames off Matisse, off the Rickman brothers. They put an Ossa engine in them and a Spanish gearbox, same as the Ossa. Sold them for £900, which was very expensive, but handmade quality, ensured good value for money. So that's an All-Ron. If you've seen them or know anything more, do tell us. Bultaco Libido, so there'll be a 175 out of Spain. Montesa Capra, the competition model, 125, 1977. Yamaha MX360, they're a beast to start, as were the RT1s and RT2s. 73. And this is where they went enduro, motocross and things like that. That's one in absolutely lovely condition, that one. And one here that we've already met the owner of, and this is this 1975 Kawasaki KX 125. Came out, introduced in 74, unchanged right through to about 78. Rotary valve down there, that's where it is, not the carburetor. 5-speed gearbox, chrome cylinder bore, and they're very competitive. And we've met the owner here, Mark Bartlett. Mark is a volunteer here, and that's his bike, and it's in beautiful condition. Original paintwork, has replaced the plastics on it. Look, Kawasaki TS75, not very common, like TS50s and that. It was usually 125s, 185s that were the more common ones. Godden Speedway racing bike. Both God and Westlake got together to challenge Jawa, and this is what they came up with. The Ducati. Every collection has to have a Ducati, and this is a 76 750 SS. It's not a green frame, it'd be worth $750,000 if it had a green frame, but a lovely example. And coming around here, we have the Norville Commando. I had one of these, a fastback like this, and it gave a lot of trouble, so eventually they put the Norville kit in it and never gave any trouble. I sold it, bought a Jaffa. So this is a Norville Commando here, called the Yellow Submarine by the press, good for production racing. Manx Norton, who wouldn't love to have a Manx Norton in their collection? This is a 1948 Manx Norton, developed to win the Isle of Man, and they contested all the races 1907 through to the 1970s. Then they had troubles. I remember once in the Isle of Man, the British Motorcycle Museum at Birmingham had a wonderful collection at the Rotary Nortons. I think they took 11 out, and 3 of them actually managed to make a lap. Probably would have been not real good for reliability, but anyhow, that's Manx Norton. It didn't have reliability problems. And something that a lot of people don't know about is the Tilbrook out of Adelaide, an Australian-made bike, and this was a factory racer, 125. Alan Wallace rode it, had wins in South Australia, Tasmania, Victoria, New South Wales. So that was like the Jones races, someone's efforts to produce something that was better than the factory. So that's a great Tilbrook factory racer there. So what a wonderful collection here, and we'll invite you to come and visit. This is only one part of it here. There's more downstairs and there's some out the back. So come to the National Motor Museum at South Australia at Birdwood. Come and spend the day here. I think it's 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock it's opened. And a lovely gift shop downstairs. Hit the like button and tell us about some of the motorcycles that have influenced your life. Don't forget, thumbs up, and more importantly, subscribe to the channel.